Hello, welcome to our topic regarding placental hormones. So before starting this topic, we should make some points very much clear to our knowledge that the progesterone from the normal corpus luteum of pregnancy inhibit the prostaglandin formation by the uterus and inhibit the uterine contraction during the pregnancy. Now, when the placenta forms, it produces increased amount of the estrogen and the progesterone from the maternal and the fetal precursor molecules to take over the function of the corpus luteum after the 6th week of the pregnancy. So, whenever we perform ovariectomy means ovariectomy is a process to remove single or in most of the cases bilateral ovaries due to some pathologies in the ovary like ovarian carcinoma or ovarian cyst or some diseases which may disrupt the pregnancy. So in processes like ovariectomy, which removes the corpus luteum of pregnancy also with the ovaries, before the 6th week of the intrauterine life of fetus of the mother, it is maybe problematic because the placenta, we know already, takes the function of the corpus luteum of the pregnancy in after the 6th week of the pregnancy. But the ovariectomy thereafter, that means after the 6th week of the pregnancy, has no role in the pregnancy. That means removal of both of the ovaries from the mother's womb after the 6th week of the intrauterine life of the fetus has no such devastating role on the fetus or pregnancy continuation. So corpus luteum function decreases from 8th week of the intrauterine life, but it persists throughout the pregnancy. It decreases, but it persists to some extent. And human chorionic gonadotrophin level falls after the first trimester, but the estrogen and the progesterone level increases until just before the process of the parturitions, that means the fetal birth. So please remember, ovariectomy is totally contraindicated to continuation of the pregnancy before the 6th week of the intrauterine life, but after the 6th week of the intrauterine life, we can perform the ovariectomy if it's necessary, because in that time the placenta is matured enough to take over the action of the corpus luteum of the pregnancy to produce increased amount of the estrogen and the progesterone to maintain the pregnancy normally. So take a look to the hormones secreted by the placenta. Number 1, human chorionic gonadotrophin. It's a glycoprotein containing the galactose and hexosaminose, and it is produced by the syncytotrophoblast. Like the pituitary gonadotrophin, it has also alpha and beta subunits. The molecular weights are written here. The alpha subunit has 18,000 and the beta subunit has 28,000 molecular weight or Dalton. So it is a mainly or primarily luteinizing hormone, or it can be called luteotropic hormone, and it has little FSH activity, and it is detected in the blood as early as 6 days when we perform the radioimmunoassay process, and it is detected in the urine on the 14 days of after the conception when we perform the radioimmunoassay process or RIA. And we know it has a little FSH-like activity, so it is never binding with the FSH receptor. It binds with the LH receptor. That means luteinizing hormone has some important receptors, so you already know, and the HCG also bind with the same type of receptor, LH receptor. What is the most important point here to be remembered? It's not specific for pregnancy, as some GIT, that is gastrointestinal tract, and other tumors also produce this type of hormones or HCG, and thus HCG is mainly used as tumor marker in these suspected tumors. That means in case of tumor of the GIT or tumor of some other areas, the HCG is used as a tumor marker. So it's a prognostic value. Like fetal liver and fetal kidney also produce small amount of the HCG. Second important hormone here is human chorionic somatomammotrophine. You know from the term somato means general body or soma, mammotrophine means mammary gland. So it is again produced by the syncytotrophoblast and it is a protein type of hormone. And from the name suggests it's a mammotrophic hormone, that means it has lactogenic action, and from somato it means it's a growth promoting ability. It has growth promoting ability. And this hormone somewhere is also written or also known as chorionic growth hormone prolactin or CGP or human placental lactogen or HPL. And it is a very similar hormone like human growth hormone. And human chorionic somatomammotrophine, growth hormone, prolactin, all are evolved from a common progenitor hormone from the ancestors. Now, HCS concentration in large amount found in the maternal blood, but it reaches to the fetus in a very little amount. Human chorionic somatomammotrophine, remember, it inhibits the growth hormone formation or growth hormone secretion from the maternal pituitary. HCS has many actions like growth hormone, and it is also known as the maternal growth hormone of the pregnancy. Like it has some actions like nitrogen, potassium, calcium retention in the body, lipolysis, and it has also diabetogenic function. That means it decreases the glucose utilization, and this all helps to divert the glucose to the fetal tissues. Now, amount of the HCS secreted are proportional to the size of the placenta. We know the normal placental weight in human is 1/6 of the fetal weight. So, in case if there is low secretion of the HCS, there will be placental insufficiency. This problem will be produced in mother. Low HCS produces placental insufficiency. That means low HCS placental insufficiency means placenta can't form increased amount of the estrogen or progesterone to continue the normal pregnancy. So next important hormone secreted from the placenta is placental progesterone. We know in the first 2 weeks of the conception, the progesterone secreted from the corpus luteum. So source is corpus luteum in first 6th to 8th week of intrauterine life. Okay, and from the next phase after the 8 weeks, mainly placenta takes the action. And so second one is the placenta after 8th week of intrauterine life. Now, what are the different functions of the placental progesterone? We will take a very summarized look on them. So, number one, this placental progesterone is inhibiting, number one, it inhibits uterine contraction. So, it maintains a normal pregnancy by nullifying the chance of the abortion. Number two, it stimulates the development of lobules and alveoli of maternal breasts. So, their capacity for milk secretion is increased. Number three, it also inhibits the maternal immune responses to fetal antigens. So we know it has also to some extent to the role to inhibit the fetal graft rejection. Number 4, progesterone also stimulates the maternal ventilation. So, increased maternal ventilation means increased carbon dioxide expelled from mother lung, and thereby it is very much beneficiary, because in case of the pregnancy there is increased amount of the carbon dioxide produced by the metabolic processes both in mother and also in the fetus. So the progesterone has these important 4 roles. Number 4 hormone here is placental estrogen. Placental estrogen is also synthesized in the placenta, and it is increased during the process of the pregnancy, as you already know, and it has some important functions as well. What are these? Number 1 is stimulate the growth of the uterine muscle mass. So increase growth of uterine muscle mass, and it is very much important for the labor process during the childbirth. Number 2, it induces ductal proliferation in the mammary glands. So ductal proliferation in the mammary glands. Number 3, it causes the enlargement of the external genitalia. Enlargement of external genitalia. And number 4, when it acts with the relaxin, it relaxes the pelvic ligaments and symphysis pubis to accommodate the growing fetus or the growing uterus. So in conjugation with relaxin, it relaxes symphysis pubis and the pelvic ligaments. So these are the important functions of the placental estrogen. Also, there are some important hormones secreted from the placenta except this human chorionic gonadotrophin. So take a list which are the hormones secreted by the placenta. So placental hormones. What are the different placental hormones? So we know the names of HCG, human chorionic somatomammotrophine, we know the name of progesterone, estrogen, and along with them some other hormones like POMC, pro-opiomelanocortin, corticotrophin releasing hormone, beta endorphin, alpha melanocyte stimulating hormone, and dynorphin A. These hormones are also produced from the placenta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 hormones are all in general secreted from the placenta. Thank you.